r/AskReddit by Reddition. Like and subscribe. What is the stupidest way you got a scar? I was holding a super soaker reservoir bottle underwater at a lake to fill it up. It slipped out of my hand and shot up out of the water, hit me in my lip and split it open all the way through to the other side. Needed stitches inside my mouth and right below my bottom lip. Got a small scar from it. Someone said that knife is for cutting tape, so it won't cut people, and I checked. When I was 10 I wanted to cut a coconut with a big machete, and on the first try I hit my thumb. Luckily I didn't hit it too hard, but I have a permanent scarf on my thumb now. Does it not stay warm by itself anymore? Changed a light bulb standing on a glass coffee table. Yep, I fell into the table. Kid in the church nursery hit me in the eye with a plastic carrot. It was 40 years ago. I've still got a scar. I couldn't tie my laces as a kid and liked to walk with my hands in my pockets. This led to me tripping over my laces, no hands to protect, and landing face first onto a stone step, the corner of which went right between my eyes, leaving a small scar where my monobrow grows. Dripping burning plastic on my hand to see if it would scar. Science. I stuck a hand between the gears of my grandmother's sewing machine while it was running. Ouch. Damn. How many stitches? My foot was itchy, so I used a hunting knife to scratch it. The headrest of our bed was made of solid wood and had curved edges. It was wide enough for a 2-year-old me to sit on, and I used to love sliding off it. Well, one night I sat on it to slide as usual with my legs on either side. My leg on the bed got stuck between the pillows and I fell face first on the floor. Got a cut on my forehead which required 6 to 7 stitches. I was in a cornfield and grabbed a cob of corn to throw at a friend. The leaf from the corn stalk went between my middle and index fingers as I released the throw and sliced the webbing open deep enough that I could see my tendons. That was 25 years ago and I still have the scar. 10-year-old me shredded too hard on a razor scooter. Skating down the roof didn't come as planned. What color was the towel tied over your shoulders as a cape? It has to be solid red or blue. When I was a kid I'd been watching Dukes of Hazzard with my grandpa. We went out to his book and I tried sliding over the hood like they do in the show, but got caught on the hood ornament and sliced a huge gash in my leg. When I was about 12, we had a new kitten at home and it scratched my hand. Not deep at all, it was just a kitten scratch. Being 12, I thought it would be really cool to have a scar and kept picking at it for days on purpose. I'm now 38 and I have a cool scar on my hand. No regrets. I have a scar on my eyebrow from my brother hitting me in the head with a belt while he was pretending to be Indiana Jones. Held packaging in my palm and tried to open it with a knife by poking it. Not my proudest moment. I burned myself with mashed potatoes. So I tried to sharpen my right index finger with those small pencil sharpeners in kindergarten. Burnt my arm on the side of an oven tray because I took it out with the wrong hand and had to cross over to shut the oven door. Left an inch-long scar that took a painful 2 weeks to heal. Was playing a Ms. Pac-Man machine in a laundromat. Inky snuck up on me. I flinched, need the padlock on the coin insert, blood everywhere. Cool scar, but damn you Inky. Fairground test your strength hammer and bell game. Hit it so hard the rubber mallet came back up and hit me in the face. Now my smile is asymmetrical. Did it in front of most of my company. Now I'm known as that guy. Boarded an unfit city bus. Exposed sheet metal cut my arm and left a 4-inch gash that exposed yellow fat underneath. Hope you got some money for that. Got a string tied around my ankle to see if it was strong enough to hold me back when I ran. It was not. The scar circles my ankle and hasn't changed in 20 years. Carrying bags of broken glass bottles for recycle in my pickup truck. One of the bags slipped away and made a small but deep cut in my left arm. The worst part was that it took days to get the wound closed and finally start to heal. I was 8 and ran into a doorknob. I now have a small doorknob shaped scar beside my nose. Edit, this blew up. My top upvoted comment is of my face getting smashed with a doorknob. Thanks Reddit. I have 3 scars from my dog just playing with me. I reached down to finger my A, but scratched my arm on a wooden plank. If I had a nickel. I was eating pizza rolls in the bath, and when I bit into one of them the filling fell out the other end, and onto my chest. By the time I was able to get the stuff all the way off, my skin had bubbled. Scar is roughly the size of a nickel. Shaving my pubes. Yeah, you heard me. Drunk and tried to poke holes in a pot for a pot plant with a knife. I missed. Stabbed myself in the finger. Opening canned beans. And not once. In high school aged 11, I gave myself a chicken scratch. Scratch yourself in the same spot until you bleed. I've still got the scar on my hand. I have a scar from spraying a can of deodorant onto my arm super close until my skin froze and peeled off. Not pleasant, but when you're in school in the glory years of Jackass and Dirty Sanchez, things happen. Lamau. Held half an avocado in my one hand and a knife, serial killer style, in my other hand, and stabbed the avocado to remove the inside. It obviously slipped, and I stabbed myself in the hand. It was quite deep and Dell didn't feel like dealing with it, so I just put a drop of glue in the wound, stuck my skin back together, and never looked back. Now I'll have a tiny 0.5 cm scar in my hand. It's been about 8 years. Wish I had better stories to tell though. I shot myself in the finger. With a glue gun. I was playing with a hot spatula in the school laboratory and burned myself. It hurt so bad that my friend didn't know how to make me feel better, so she took the same spatula and burned herself. 6 years later, and we have twin scars. Age 8, on the beach. Dad, don't climb on that rock, you will get hurt. Me, climbs rock. A wave hit, and I slid down the side of the rock, cutting my leg to shreds on the shells. I leaned on a teppanyaki grill with both forearms. In Disney World. On the first day of a week-long trip. 2nd degree burns all the way up both arms. Hurt like hell. I fell off a bunk bed waving at a window cleaner, managed to crack open my head and make a hole into the bathroom, probably my proudest moment. About 14 years back I was playing with a dog at a vacation resort, thinking we had bonded as a few hours went by. I went to him for a hug, little did I know he would bite half my lip open and blood gushed out. First time I went to the hospital in an ambulance, pretty stupid and it left a huge scar. Replace a baseball bat with a glass bottle and a ball with a rock, you get the rest. Thank you for watching. What is the dumbest reason you have a scar?